let's say record labels or people are gonna pay attention to.
Yeah, but piggybacking off of that, right? What do these people do to get popular? They act like hoes on social media.
That's one. It's
right?
it's about attention.
These dudes, they go and they rent cars and they flash all this money and a gun and this. Yeah, I'm about this. No, you're not.
Yep.
Look at John Morant. John Morant grew up in the suburbs. Don't let that man fool you. He ain't no gangster, right? That's fake gangster.
Who's John Morant?
The basketball player for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay.
Got suspended for flashing gun. He got reprimanded the first time for flashing a gun on Instagram Live. The very next live, what does he do? Flash another gun. I'm like, I don't care if it's a water gun or a fake gun or whatever it is. Bro, like, you're not about that life. You grew up, don't act like both your mom and dad were together. You grew up in the suburbs. You had a great life growing up. You didn't struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Stop acting like you're this gangster that, like, you don't need to do that. First of all, like, you're risking fumbling a huge bag, like a $200 million bag.
Yeah. But you know what? Music now, it's so funny because the consumer doesn't really care about that. Because you know, Little Mabu, he's this New York drill rapper, white kid,
the white dude.
And he's like saying like the most like fucking, you know, like
some wild stuff.
Yeah, some like I guess
and then he's like, I'm just a regular kid.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think that's what he's saying, but I think like at the end of the day, that's kind of what Vinny's saying. Like, bro, like that's not really your situation.
Yeah.
And
people do things to get attention.
And but whatever, you know, like my point is, bro, like good on him in the sense that he's made a career out of it in his case, you know, and
bro, I can never say good on him for that. There is no way I can say good on him. You're telling me good on people that will create an entirely fake image just to make it successfully?
I mean, bro, like, look, the reason I say good on him is because I'm aware that it's fake. And, you know, and homie, he's getting his bag, bro. He's getting his money. And necessarily, like, don't get me wrong, like, maybe ethically, like, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. You know what I mean? Me personally. If that's how I got my money, I would be like, I'd feel like there would be something deep inside that I would be uncomfortable with because I'm presenting an image that's not me. But for him, if that's what, bro, if that's how he's getting his shit, bro, at the end of the day, I'm not here to knock another person down. You know what I mean? So
I'm not knocking him down, bro. You got your money. You first of all.
Also, same thing.
He's rich enough to a point where he doesn't give a damn about what I'm saying.
Also, like for example, some Jesus, bro. True. You know what I mean? He a little Tekka. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of rappers that like come out and like, yo, like. This ain't really like, you know, this ain't really like I don't have like twin Glocks. Yeah, and like and you know what, like, and nowadays the consumer, they just vibe with the music and it's enough for them for that, you know. We're back in the day.
Besides, that's the thing, I'm not hating on the music. Mm-hmm. You make the music and it hits. Mm-hmm. I can't discredit that or I can't, you know, complain about that. What I'm saying is, and this even actually might go back to the YNW Melly thing. When shit hits the fan, don't blame anybody except yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You created that image. You want to live that life. Okay, so live in it. You got to take the good with the bad too.
Yep. That's
why on this channel I would, and this is just me, I would never tell someone, yeah, go and create a fit. No, bro. Like, you can not be gangster, rap about your actual life, and still make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
J. Cole has done it. Russ has done it. Russ done that shit independent. You know, like, you've got people that...
There's many artists that don't have to just rely on that one avenue.
They don't need to be the gun-toting gangster.
And speaking about today's scene is that, you know, everybody is more quantity over quality. Yeah. And they're not putting actual experiences about their life into their lyrics. So everything's just, you know, fuck you, bitches.
Murder on my mind.
There's no originality now. Like, everything is kind of the same regurgitated.
Yeah.
How do you
Regurgitation.
say it? Regurgitate. Yeah, fuck that. Tongue twister, but whatever.
You don't know about that.
You would know about that, Louis, all right?
All right, we're not going down that road. I mean, as far as originality, you could even, and I'm not attacking it because I do it, but sampling. That's not original.
I mean,
You can manipulate it in an original way,
Mhm.
but let's say that sample didn't exist. Then that means that song wouldn't exist because you had nothing to sample.
But in the end, nothing
like-
is really original. Things are
Yeah,
borrowed, but it's
correct.
just everything's
Yeah.
been the same. Everything's ubiquitous these days, where everybody's you know
Yeah.
either producing. Like I'd like to see somebody produce like a let's say a trap record, but everything all instruments, you know, or
You know, it's funny you say that. I was listening. I was watching that show on Netflix, Rhythm and Flow.
yeah,
Rhythm and
rhythm
Flow, right?
flow.
And you know, I always go back and I listen to when they had to perform with an artist, like with a legit artist, and the dude Caleb Colossus, he had to perform with Tory Lanez, and Tory Lanez did one of his songs, but he did it with a full live band. Bro, it sounds better than the original. It sounds better than what was on what he put out. I'm like, dog, why are people not utilizing
'Cause people-
live music?
People get too comfortable with that. And in the end, like live shows have been playback recently. Like a lot of
Yeah.
playback. You know, there's no show, there's no wow factor into it.
Dude,
Yeah.
also
bet-
it's expensive though.
Yeah, I believe they do it because
Yeah.
they want to save
or-
like money too.
Tory Lanez making millions of dollars, bro. He could have done it live if he wanted to.
No,
I don't
but-
want to hear this expensive.
but,
BS.
like,
I don't want
for
to hear.
example,
It's
like-
convenience.
But I like that.
It's convenient.
It's
Yeah,
convenient.
it's convenient.
Yeah.
But for example, for like people that's starting like in the music industry that don't got the money to like pay for like a full orchestra to like make a
No,
make
of
a
course,
song.
I understand that. Like, look at the four of us. We're not
Yeah.
booking a live orchestra
Yeah.
every time we want to produce a song. No, but what I'm saying is like when you get to that point, when you've got the money, bro, you've got the money to be original. Or you've got to
Experiment.
be, yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
You know,
bro,
and it's
like-
funny. Recently, I've been listening to some songs from Eminem, and when I've been going back to that, you know, from my understanding, Dr. Dre produced a lot of his music, and
Yeah.
when I listen to the instrumental part, especially the drums, not everything, but a majority of it sounds like very processed through like MPC or which it like don't get me
Well,
wrong.
that's what they were using back in
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah, and it's like it gets the idea, but then now I guess since we've through this course, especially through the advanced recording too, where we had to like produce everything through a band. I feel like now it's like I'm like, wow, how would that sound if it was actually played through like a live drummer or something? You know, it gives me that that awareness, especially with I feel like I've noticed that a lot more with the drums, like that if you have like somebody actually playing the drums and if you're to get it right, I feel like you have something very unique, especially in hip hop nowadays, because a lot of and it's funny when I'm producing or when I'm making a track, I try to look for samples that have that sound almost as close as I can to the real thing.
Right.
You know, like I try to like find, let's say, a hi-hat that sounds you know, like almost as an actual hi-hat.
Don't touch me, dog.
As an actual hi-hat, or I look for a kick that sounds like an actual kick, you know, or a snare that you know not so overly processed or so maybe synthetic. That's
I
the
mean,
best
also
way I could describe it.
because you want to get that organic feel.
Yeah,
But also,
go ahead.
oh no, I'd say to add on to decrease in originality with that is that a lot of people, especially with the whole playback thing, is when you go to a concert these days, people just tend to play the same music that they did on the record the same way live. And I took this from Queen and like a whole bunch of acts from like the 70s and 80s, is that no live shows were the same, because I mean if you know if they were gonna play it the same, I might as well go home, put on headphones and listen to the track the way it was. You know, if I come to a show, I want to be wowed and stuff like that. But on top of that, I don't think most artists are like hands-on with their music as before. Like now people are relying on other people, like a whole other team of people to do their stuff, and they just appear to like
This is why producers make the artist, okay? I'm gonna stand by that every single time,
Now-
okay? You got a trash producer, you're never gonna blow up the way you want to.
yes.
Now, going with what you were saying about like how shows used to be like different, you know, back in the day, like me from the experience that I got like this year and last year going to concerts. I went to Coldplay concert last year on Tampa, bro. That shit
My
was
sister
amazing.
went to that.
Yeah, no,
everything,
they're great.
My
everything
sister went to
was
that show.
everything was guitars, like the drums, the piano, everything was right there.
Yeah,
It was
but
That's
not-
one of
nothing
the
was
few bands
synthetic.
that are still.
that are
You
still
know?
relevant. But think
And
about when Coldplay was prominent though.
Yeah, that shit
When
was
they
fun.
were doing they still do all acoustic.
And now I compared that to this year that I went to a concert down in Miami, I think, or not Hollywood, sorry, by Wynwood, by this club called Oasis, right?
Oh yeah, I know that.
So I went there because there was this Latin artist that was coming there. Her name is Jo Miko, and she's like trap, like big trap and reggaeton singer and all that. Dude, when I compare both experiences, I was like, this could have been better if like, because the whole concert was
Also,
her
Coldplay
singing.
though, bro. I mean, like, is she like is she like more underground, or is she really well known, or
No,
like,
she's
what's her-
really well known right now in the Spanish community. And
But what if she was underground?
I was just gonna say that Coldplay is like, they're like, you know, they have a name, they have the money,
Bro,
they have the, you know what I mean?
she
Like,
has a
bro,
name.
Bro, we found people to play live on our projects. Why can't they do that?
Yeah.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying all I'm
And she-
saying
and
is
she
that
got- she-
the resources
money,
is
bro, for
different
it.
when you have, let's say, $1 million budget or more.
You're right, but
know what
like
I mean?
said,
Like-
we did it
but like,
with $0.
Yeah, that's true.
but like,
So there's no excuse.
Yeah. but like the this concert, bro, it was like technically, basically, it was just her singing, while in the background you had the whole song being played by the DJ. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Look,
No, there wasn't even no dancers, nothing.
They're probably just confident or comfortable with their song. You know, they don't want to get out of
Yeah.
their comfort
I
zone.
went
Well,
to-
well, not only that too. They're selling tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People know what they're buying.
I went to a concert like a couple of weeks ago. It was in downtown Miami. I forgot exactly. It was really close to the you know where the Heat play. What's that? I forgot the name of the
AAA Center
yeah. And
or the Casilla Center. That's what it is.
yeah. So it was really close to there, and it was TLC and Shaggy that were performing.
It wasn't me.
And when I saw that, it kind of almost like they were playing with the full band. You know, they had a bass player, a drummer, you know, a guitarist. They had everything. You know, they even had like a little bit of a choir or a couple of backup singers. And what it made me realize is that like within that environment, it definitely, it's like they're at a certain level, and their performance and how synchronized they are, it makes everybody move. It makes everybody enjoy the music differently, you know? But then, for example, if you go to Rolling Loud or something, you know, and you listen to like Little Pump, Little Uzi,
I know you didn't just say Lil Pump.
well, he goes to Rolling Loud. And I mean, I don't know about now. I haven't.
That's what I'm saying. Like that shit was years ago. I don't know. After Gucci Gang, I don't know what he came out with.
2017.
He's been getting, like, I've been looking at videos of him. He's been getting, he changed his
Yeah,
appearance
he
and all
reformed
that.
and all that stuff. I know that, but like, I haven't heard music from him.
Yeah,
in years.
Remember, dude, I
Gucci
wish.
Gang. I'm sorry. I like Gucci Gang.
Yeah.
I like the song.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci
For me, bro, that's it hypes me up, bro.
Dude, I miss.
It's a great beat.
I wish I would have gone to Rolling Loud with XXX Tentacion and with a Ski Mask and who else?
Yeah, about to name all the rappers right now.
Well, whatever. My point is that if you go to that type of concert, there's still that energy, but it's maybe not with the live band, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Yeah.
maybe for different crowds, for different music, it all depends.
No, but
you
that's
know?
what I'm saying. Like, you know, for each artist, you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.